Okay, I haven't seen, I looked on YouTube as far as these fog lights go, and I couldn't find for myself these done before. They're normally saying how to replace the bulb or upgrading to brighter LEDs, but not from just a basic Lancer upgrade. So yeah, I'm gonna see how it goes, just step by step, and see if I can educate some other Lancer people. Okay, so this is upgrading a CJ Lancer fog lights down the bottom, because this one hasn't got them. And in the kit that they sent is you get the wire loom, comes with a relay and a switch to go on and off, and obviously these parts will plug into the lights. But the thing is, with this kit, they didn't send these little fog lights have 3 positions for screws. Now, the only thing I could get at the last minute is these bolts and nuts from Bunnings, M5 by 15. They fit nicely in the holes with a nut on the back. I'm hoping this will do the job, and because it'd be good. I couldn't find any speed nut. They had a speed nut clips at Bunnings, but they had like it wasn't just one size, it was a multi-pack of, and I didn't know exactly how many they had of each one. It didn't say on the packet, and it was like $12 for a multi-pack, and you might only get one that is suitable. So I thought I'll get the nut and bolts and see how they go. And yeah, this is the sort of thing, like I said on the other video, that I really haven't seen anyone upgrading. They've normally got fog lights down the bottom, and they're just whether they're showing how to change the bulbs or other sort of upgrades. But anyway, this Lancer hasn't got fog lights, so this is what I'm going to be attempting to install, just step by step, and see how it goes. Okay, so this just pulls backwards. You just get into these holes and you can wedge it out, but they've got a little fillet screw, so that's the first thing that has to come out. And what's behind here, I wouldn't have a clue. Oops. Okay. So it looks like it's got positions for those brackets. Anyway, I'll go get the light and go from there. So after all that, just need screws to go into those already fixed positions. There it goes. Just pretty much there. Bang. Do the three, and yeah. I did find some speed screw brackets. That's what they are, and they pretty much just slide in from one side, that side, and then up the top, and then they've got a gap. They've got a gap in there where you slide the clip through. As you can see, that secures them very nicely, and they're nice and tight. You can see, put the screw up there, and that's only the light and the cover installed. I haven't done the wiring yet, so I think I'm going to have to put it up on the ramps and get to that undercover, I think, but I'll first check that out. But it looks good with the side of it like that. Gives it a bit more rally looking type vehicle. So we're in the Lancer. On the Australian versions we're obviously on the right side of the car. Lancer does come out with like empty slots, so I think I'll try and get this one open, and because they provide your press button switch there to turn it on, and yeah, I'll see if I can get this light off first and see how it goes, and then be back. This is literally only taking me like 2 seconds to get it to this stage. So pull the rubber mold off, then this side board which goes up on this edge, this just pretty much unclips. You can see the clips behind it there, so that comes off, and then this is just pull this forward just a little bit and then it'll unclip. There's another clip there, and this will all unclip as well. As you can see, where the ASC off switch is, these are spares. You can see there's nothing connected to these empty ones here. So it's going to go there on the switch. One sec. Okay, so next you got these 3 little screws, and they go just in the very back of this plastic thing, this bracket, and what we've got to do is get that empty one out. So I'm just seeing how it might have been put in there, because they're not easy, it's not just pushing out, so I'll have a look once. Okay, so this wasn't bad. You just got to get your flat nose screwdriver and put it in between there and on this back section, and just twist and then push it up, and it's just going to go pop out like that. So now we've got an empty slot, which hopefully this one goes straight into. We will see. Okay, so this does not just naturally click in there, it's too narrow. You can see how wide that spare is compared to it. It's definitely like, if I put that there, you can see the definitely there's a difference. What I'm going to do is I'm going to first try to mod it. So I'm going to cut this big fat fake switch off, like just from that line across there, because I want to see if I can still use this actual just push in bracket and somehow have that go inside of it. Maybe get rid of all that crap in there, because it just needs that lug there and that lug there to hold it in. So if I can make those two become one, I'll do it. Otherwise it just doesn't sit in there. Let's see. So as you can see, just cut that top off. That's what they look like inside. So this one, I'm going to pretty much, I think, leave that more skinny edge on there with that length, but I'm going to trim it across the very line, not near that lug, but just near that line. So when I look at it, that'll obviously get in the way, but it may it may sit like that somewhere. It's not an easy one. Anyway, I'm just mucking around at the moment, so see how we go. Okay, so this is what I've come up with. I just gutted out in the middle. I've left that long little bit there, and I'm going to place it in. See how we go again. Okay, so I've got that with its lugs. Now it's just an open part with a little bit more tighter area to push into, and yeah, it's a bit like that. So put the switch in. Actually, before I put that switch in, I put those 3 screws back in. One there, one there, one there, and now it should fit. Push that in a little bit. There. Okay, so this is the switch. It's not super tight. You can push it in and out. It's holding it there because I didn't realise that this wasn't, like, it's supposed to be a Mitsubishi kit, but obviously it's not these sort of type of exact switches. Obviously it's similar, but yeah, I'm going to look online and see if I can get like an original looking switch for lights that will fit in these holders for the Mitsubishi. But for now, that'll hold the wire, and it's not falling out anywhere, and I should be able to use the lights. So now I'm going to start running the wire loom, which is the more important thing, because you can always get a switch that you want, or do whatever you want as far as switches go. You can put any sort of switch to obviously operate lights, or most switches, but now I'm going to start running the wire loom. As far as getting your wires into here, I'm no expert, but I'm going to go through the door jam one. I'm going to pull this rubber down. These come off pretty good, and there's gaps underneath your guard that you can come through and then go there. I will check if there's any ones in the firewall, but I'll most likely be going through that door jam grommet. Also, get yourself one of these plastic. They're like you probably get them from any electrical store. They help you run your wires, so you can put your wire there, tape it, and pull it through. So as you can see, it's coming up here, and there's some good gaps inside there that go all the way through. So these are awesome. Get yourself one. They are great to run wires. That's what I mean by, just tape a bit up there, and then you can pull through, and it'll bring where your wires need to go. Now there is a plastic cover in there. You just push back a little bit, because this green square thing makes it a little bit wide when you're pulling it through. Okay, that wire's in. Just remember, you got to go through that little box area. When you obviously lift that, it's got to go through there. Then it'll go through right in there, right across, and she's gonna run down, and then she runs into that loom thing. So it's not a real thick wire, so it shouldn't push this rubber grommet out too much, but that's right out the way of everything in there. So I think when they make these looms, I think this is for more of the American market, because as far as the battery cables go, our battery's right over there, and these are short. So, and this has got the relay as well, so I'm going to have to mount that somewhere, maybe just there or something. But these are going to have to be extended by a lot, probably about at least a metre and a half, for going in and wherever I have to run it. But yeah, that's more, and that would be normally near your switch, which is running on this side. So if that was American, it would be onto there easy, straight down on that side to the switch, and then run. So I think these are not made for the West English side of things, Australia, England, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, these are going to have to be extended. I look under this Lancer. It looks like we've got, they could be, by eyes they look like 10mm from my sight. So I'll just see if I need to take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just so I can take it from the bar and just move around, because I can see where I've put, that's the light right there. So pretty much just got to bring it down the side of the car, the wire, connect, and then run it, and probably cable tie it up underneath here, inside there somewhere. Should be plenty of areas. Anyway, I'll take those bolts off. Okay, I've ran my my wire mover, I don't know what they call them, down there, and I've taken off one screw, which was still a 10mm, which is in my tool, and you can see it comes straight out there. So I should be able to run it down there, the wires, like that, and then inside this cavity underneath, you can't really see much, but I should be able to, yeah, because I've opened this up as well, should be able to run it through onto the light and get it going. So all that wire is now dropped out of that corner. That's what I wanted to do, bring out as much wire as possible. Now remove the cover, and you can have easy access to the back of that light, and you can run the wire just underneath that water bottle. Now it's not there anymore, don't need that at the moment, I don't think. I brought it all out, the right side of the car's light, and now it's got to connect that one to the back of that light. Just remember also about these connections, they can only go one way. That's why that gap is there. It's thick on one side, it's hollow on one side, so it can only go in one way on that back of that fog light. Actually, don't even take those 10mm that you don't need to take those off. Just take that corner 10mm off on that corner, so you can push this down from the very top, of course, and yeah, then take the covers off onto the other one, and you can pull that longer wire across. Now what I'm going to do is cable tie the wire onto that bracket just there, and then cable tie it, there'll be a bracket in there somewhere. Okay, so the loom will just sit there, and it's cable tied onto the bumper bar bracket there. And if you look on this side, inside, so it's hard to see, but there is another bar. It's another bracket just there that you can cable tie onto. Keep the loom out of harm's way. I've run the wires around the back of the firewall, put the relay there. Easy access to your fuse if it blows. So it goes around, holds that, and behind the actual firewall stuff, so it won't get hot, or at least it helps with the heat shield. And then it's got places where you can put a cable tie along there, bring it around outside that hole, going underneath that, and then back and up into your battery. Now I've seen this on the ambulance. The problem with these, for some reason, is See that? That's not the color. That's a light behind it. That's actually on, right? Even in the off position, it illuminates. I don't want a constant illumination switch, because I don't. The less your battery has to really think about is always better for it. So that will be a constant drain. Now, if I click that, it lights up there. That's how it should be. It should all light up only when you press it. When you press it off, that's still illuminating. Maybe jack all power, but I still don't like it. But that's on. And on. So still a good result as far as what she looks like. So if I turn on all the lights, 1 second. Yep. I'll put the high beams on 1 second. That's a Mitsubishi Lancer that didn't come out with them, and now it's got them. Bottom fog lights. Do you like my new sign? Just made it up myself. Anyway, yeah, so they look good. Nice bright lights. It's getting warm. So, thinking I was finished, I'm not finished. So what I might do is just take out the fuse for now until I get another switch to change it over. I need another switch anyway, so I don't want that illuminating. I want that only powering up when I need it to power up. So yeah, good result, but for your Mitsubishi Lancer. Okay, so I just come on eBay. Like I said, that switch doesn't fit that they give you. This is the original looking switch, or the same style of that dummy cover that I ripped out. I didn't have this, so I couldn't have put this straight on anyway, so that's why I did some mods just to so the light would hold in one spot. So this is the switch. This is what it's called: LED fog lamp switch, light switch button fit for Mitsubishi Eclipse, Gallon and Lancer L200, whatever it is. So this is the exact shape by the picture, and it even looks like it's got the same connector that they put within that package. Why couldn't they give you this for the Mitsubishi instead of that more square and smaller button? This looks like it will fit exactly where that dummy cover was that I ripped out before I modded the back part of it. Yeah, so only like $12.39, $12.40. So yeah, if you do get a aftermarket fog light system, order one of these at the same time. I'd recommend that. I haven't even seen it yet, but I'd recommend that. So now I've got to order that and wait for it, and then yeah. The only, like I said about the illumination, this might do the same thing with the illumination. A bit annoying with that. I don't know about the switch yet, but the other one, yeah, it sits on power with illumination. So if this one does the same thing, I'm just going to have to put in like a rocket switch just to cut the power so it doesn't illuminate. So hopefully this will be all right, and yeah, I'll give this as an order now, and then it's go back in the car once she's come when it comes to changing over. So I just clicked on eBay for the product I got. As you can see, that switch that I got is a lot squarer in shape and definitely smaller, so it just doesn't fit where it should. As far as a Lancer switch replacement and stuff like that. So yeah, that one just previous that I showed you on eBay, probably best not to use that one unless you're just doing a brand new hole and cutting it out and stuff like that and shaping it exactly for that button. I would recommend getting the proper Lancer fitment one. So be interesting to see when that comes. I reckon that'll fit where it should.